first being a man of integrity. Mm-hmm. We talked about being a provider. Mm-hmm. We talked about being a nurturer. Mm-hmm. So if I was a single woman, well, I'm not, but we have some single women that's out there, and they're looking for someone that they could say, okay, he may be husband material, because, you know, a lot of girls, you know, grow up with this mentality. He cute, he got a job, we could be together. and that's just the case. I mean, they don't look at, you know, other factors involved in the true definition of what a husband is. So talk to us about, what are the other roles of a husband? Well,
the thing about it is, when they look at it from that standpoint, they don't understand the complexity of a relationship. Mm-hmm. And if they think a job and he cute, mm-hmm. He can have a job, be cute, and be crazy.
Yes.
All right. Uh-huh. He can be a job and cute and possessive, mm-hmm. and abusive. Yes. And so you have to learn the character of the person. Mm-hmm. But the key to it is, you say, what if they're out looking? Well, they shouldn't be looking.
Tip number one.
They shouldn't be looking. Because it says a man that finds a wife, mm-hmm. finds a good thing. Mm-hmm. And you say the other way around. You should be adorning yourself. You should be making you the best you that you can be. Mm-hmm. And when he finds you, mm-hmm. then you have to measure out, do I have to compromise my integrity to be with him? Mm.
That is so true. Yes.
Because mm-hmm. so many times girls compromise mm-hmm. their integrity, their moral compass, to be with him. Mm-hmm. Because this is what he's used to. And if I don't do these things, he won't want to be with me.
And the crazy thing is, a man that truly wants to be with you don't want you to compromise.
No.
He wants you to make him wait.
Exactly. Because you know what that says? Mm-hmm. It says value. Mm-hmm. It says I have to earn what I have. Mm-hmm. I have to earn what I get.
Yes.
It's a reason why guys like to conquer stuff. And we mm-hmm. like sports and winning and all that kind of stuff, because we have to work at it. And then when we conquer, we like, you know what? We can beat our chest and say, that's mine right there. Mm-hmm. Right? And a lot of girls think, if I compromise and I make it easy for him, that makes him want me more. That's false. Mm-hmm. If you easy, he like, in his mind, well, who else would, if it was this easy for me, mm-hmm. what makes it not easy for the next person? Mm-hmm. Or how many have you been easy for? Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So their mindset and what they think is going to draw them in really is what pushes them away. Mm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the thing about it is, a guy's looking for pretty much the same thing you're looking for. Looking for someone that is confident, mm-hmm. right? That's sure of themselves. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to commit to somebody that, you know what, do you love you?
Oh my goodness.
So if you struggle with loving you, mm-hmm. how you gonna love me? Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you struggle with these things, that means you're not prepared. You're not ready mm-hmm. to take on a relationship. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people think the relationship is what's gonna help them be better. Mm-hmm. So you bring in two broken people or incomplete people. Mm-hmm. When I say incomplete, meaning they don't know themselves yet. Mm-hmm. And they mesh this together and they trying to figure it out, and the girl decides, I'm cool with a project.
Whoa. A home improvement project.
There you go. You become Barbara the Builder all of a sudden. Not Bob the Builder, but Barbara the Builder. You know what? And mm-hmm. I'm saying, and you're trying to, and then you end up with this thing of having children, and it's like, and I've heard so many women say, well, I got 2 kids, but I really got 3. Mm-hmm. Because he ain't grew up yet.
Yes.
I'm waiting on him to grow up. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, the thing about it is, he got involved before he was ready. Mm-hmm. But because he was the stature of a man. Yeah. And he had a job. Mm-hmm. And he was cute. Mm-hmm. He fit the bill. That's the case, and that's what you have. Mm-hmm. Now you see, oh, it's way more to this than that. Mm-hmm. So how do I get him to be what else I need? And this is what I tell girls all the time.
Wow.
And this is the truth. I tell them, I say, look, if he ain't 100% of what you're looking for, leave him out there. Mm-hmm. You can show him that you can tell him that you're interested. Yeah. I like the fact, I think you got potential. But see, I see this, and I see this. Mm-hmm. Those are deal breakers for me. And until you get that together, we can't have nothing. Mm-hmm. Right? Because one thing about a guy, if he gets you with 75%, he thinks 75% is all he needs to keep you. Mm-hmm. And you'll see the potential in him because you're a helpmeet, you're a nurturer. You try and you say, you know what, you get this other 25%, and boy, you'll be what I need. Mm-hmm. And he'll turn around and say, well, you knew I was like this when you got me.
Wow.
I was like this from the start. Why are you trying to change me? You already know it. And then you're like, but you knew I wanted this. Mm-hmm. I had someone ask me, so what should I ask a person on the first date? I said, well, what's your ultimate goal? She said, my ultimate goal is to be somebody's wife. I said, really? I said, okay. I said, well, that should be asking him, what do you think about marriage on the first date? Mm-hmm. And she was like, on the first date? I said, yeah. I said, isn't that your ultimate goal? I said, I ain't never known a girl go out there to pretend and say, I'm going to do this for a little while and then I'm going to be going about my business. I said, what happens is you should put that out there, because if he start to backtrack and act like you asking him to marry you tomorrow, that right there lets you know that ain't even on his radar. Mm-hmm. But he willing to do everything leading up to it.
Well, let me stop you right there. When do you think a man determines whether or not they want to be with this woman for the rest of their life? Because we got this thing, love at first sight.
Well, I believe you could be into someone from the moment you meet them, because they're special. Mm-hmm. And you see something special in them. Mm-hmm. Right? But you say, when do a man say she's the one? Right? For me,
for a mature man, we're talking about a mature.
That's what I'm saying. For a mature man. So the thing about it is when he's willing to sacrifice himself for her. Mm-hmm. If you're not willing to sacrifice yourself for her, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. Mm-hmm. A mature man says, you become most important. You become most important. Mm-hmm. Period. There's no other way around it. And you reach that point when you see the value in the person that you're pursuing. Mm-hmm. And when the person that you're pursuing would not take down their value and say, just to please you, I'm willing to do this, but this ain't really what I do.
Wow. We're at the end of this segment, Trey. Can you believe it? That fast. It's been so good. Oh, man. We might be able, you think we could squeeze another show in?
I'm down.
All right. We're going to squeeze one more show in and continue this topic on marriage and relationship from a male's perspective. Want you to stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Color Outside the Box podcast. I am your hostess, Princess Miller. See you next week. Color Outside the Box is a podcast series that focuses on creating a better you. Whether it's advice about family, relationships, raising children in this technological world, marriage, or careers, we seek to find the answers to help you live your best life. So start your Monday morning off right with me, your hostess with the mostest, Princess Miller, on Color Outside the Box right here on iTunes and everywhere podcasts can be heard.